we go.
Coronavirus!
This shit is real.
Episode. This shit is real. Shit is real with the boys.
Real. Super real.
Loops decided not to take his man bag off his shoulder.
Yeah, Loops, what's going on with that, man?
You gotta make sure you got all the essentials, you know? Brought to you by Jamaica Pineapple Colada.
Oh, you gotta share that shit.
Yo, let me get some of that.
Okay.
That's hand sanitizer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that stuff will speak to your soul.
Yeah. $90.
There's little beads in there.
90 cash.
This play, bro.
5 square minimum.
It's an extra price when you got a transporting power to it.
Yeah.
need
Low
taxing.
supply. Low supply, high demand.
Notice how we're keeping social distancing right now?
That's
Yeah.
about 6 feet.
Here I am waving in planes.
It seems like y'all so far away, man.
We've only just begun. Fellas, we finally have the four amigos here.
Mm-hmm.
The producer extraordinaires. We got the Oracle over there. Are we just going to skim over the fact that Yoon Win told us how special Dominique Jones is?
Yes, we are.
No.
No.
Dude, we can't just skim over that because we've been preaching it to the choir for months now. How Dom, we need to just expose Dom. We need to get him out of this shell. And Yoon, we were having our second meal with him a couple Fridays ago, and he just he dropped his fork and he's like, I got to tell you guys something. You know who the most special person in this group is? And he pointed across the table to Dom.
That was like our third meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got fat after that.
He just kept feeding us.
Yeah.
Bro, he's not helping the quarantine life right now because ever since then, I think I've packed on pie 10, 15.
Honestly, it's going to be troublesome. It's going to be I need a trainer to show up to my house with an elliptical stat. At least drop a Peloton off. Because your boy's about to get tubby. My mom, I show up to my mom's and I'm using her walking machine. What are they called? Fucking
Treadmill?
yeah, that. I'm using it, but it only goes to 10 degrees, right? And I'm in there and she's trying to watch her recorded nonsense, and I go hard in the paint, you know? Daddy doesn't just simmer down. He goes hard, and it basically gets to the point where my mom has a come apart, drops her shit, and says, all right, find me when you're done. And then I go find her, and I'm sweating bullets, and she's just so fed up with me showing up to use her treadmill. And it's been like this for a week, so I really value my mom's sanity. So, like, I have to quit going over to her house to work out because I only have a limited supply at my house. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been eating more sugar than I should be.
You're not
I've
alone.
been drinking soda.
You're not alone.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird world because like you wouldn't do these things unless this happened. Like I've been eating like so many cookies, it's stupid, and I don't eat cookies. And it doesn't help that my girlfriend, who also has a sweet tooth, it like cycles into me in this like whole environment of just being lazy, which pushes me to eat more, which pushes me to be more lazy. Do you guys feel that?
Have you opened up your fridge lately? Because like I have Diet Pepsi in my fridge. I don't even drink Diet Pepsi. And then the amount of stuff that's in the fridge right now that I'm going, did I just purchase this just because I might like it?
Here we go.
Where are you getting these buttons from? Where are these buttons coming from,
We're
dude?
testing out new drops.
When did you update these buttons?
Just carefully. Coronavirus! You know, just got to update them.
Boy, you got too much time on his hands, bro. It's all bad for us now.
What is it about the quarantine life that makes you just want to purge out on some freaking sweets?
I feel it's just the accessibility. Like because we stocked up so much from the stores because of our panicking, anxiety, our stress, we stress eat. And so it just fuels itself to have like your own Armageddon in the kitchen. And then you're constantly cooking because there's nothing else to do either, right? Like I don't have anything else going on other than eating, cooking, playing games, and then repeat.
Well, you know what I'm doing?
Kitchen Armageddon.
I'm looking at it like this. I'm going, well, if I can't leave the house, you can't leave the house, you can't leave the house, You can't leave the house. I'm going to get fat because I know they're going to get fat. So it doesn't really matter. So, like, I'm just loading up on all the sweets because who cares? Because when it all boils down to it, when this all ends, at that point in time, you're not going to fat shame somebody because you're in the same boat, right? So that's the perfect time to do it.
Man, it's tough when we built so much positive momentum for, towards our diets and things like that, and really like building up kind of a regimen for the spring. And then we had so much momentum going on. And then this happens, and now they're forcing us into our houses even more. So what does that say about, where my weight gain's going to go? Dude.
Doesn't that just show how powerless we really are?
Yeah, it's going to be
like
troublesome.
So I think I'm the one person in this group that has a different vibe with this. Like, only because I don't have a lot of money to get a lot of food, so I can't eat a lot because I don't have a lot of money to get food.
Give them all the smoke. Give them all the smoke.
Dom, you have too much self-control. Almost too much.
But I have a feeling you have the best metabolism in this room also, though. For some reason, I just feel like you do. Tell me I'm wrong. Because I know for a fact, me and Mac, we have to go to the gym. Well, maybe because we're older.
I need to do it for my sanity and my own metabolism. But the thing is I just about pulled the trigger on an at-home sauna the other day. And it's one of those saunas, Tom, you can pull it up where you have to sit inside of it and your head sticks out. What the fuck? Man, it's just, pull it up.
Oh, shit. Well, that boy talking about an at-home sauna, man. Come on, man. We might as well get pay raises then, boys.
Well, the thing is, no, they're $90. But the thing is I wasn't sure if Tim Walz was going to come out with an announcement to the point where we were going to even need one. And now I think might need to order one up. The problem is Amazon's been backed up like crazy. Any specific cable you need, any live stream software, anything you need, everything's backed up right now.
Yeah, it's like really bad. Even though they're in a position to still be immune, I would still think Amazon is just like, it's way too crazy. I had to get rid of my Prime because it's basically useless.
Oh, no, it's not. I bought Clippers last night, 3 o'clock in the morning. I did not care. I'm making drastic purchases.
You sold out on Jeff Bezos?
I did. I don't know. It's more of a personal budget decision because I need all the money I can for whatever crisis could end up happening soon.
Don't they only charge you once a year, though?
They do. But after forgetting that I had a Prime membership, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Only reason I'm saying that's how I found out I had a Prime membership.
Yeah.
Because I got billed $100 and I was going, where'd this come from?
The second one in.
What is this?
That's one of them, yeah.
What is that?
Similar to that.
Yo, my mom had that too.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's a home sauna?
Yes. It's an at-home sauna.
Bro,
Look at that.
my mom had that shit. She would work out and she would jump in there for a good hot minute.
You thought about getting this?
Yes.
It's not that serious, bro.
Uh-huh.
Nah,
It is
you at a
serious.
different level than us.
I'm telling you.
I'm just going to sit here in my hot igloo.
Fam, if quarantine life had stages, in which it does, you're on stage 5 if you're thinking about getting this. Because I'm not there yet.
That's what you call going all in on the quarantine life.
That's definitely a white person thing.
Hey, white people life. I think it is important to do what we can to be comfortable and try to maintain a regular lifestyle as much as possible, because we're all going stir crazy right now and we're 1 week in. Let's be real. It's been 1 week. Okay. So we're already to this point. The governor just shut us down for 2 weeks. Only it's mandatory quarantine in a nutshell, except for, exclusive type businesses. With us being a media company, we're one of them. We're lucky. But the thing is all of our contracts got shut down for the time being. We were supposed to shoot a 2-day commercial this weekend. Had to shut it down. So we don't know necessarily where we're going to be at in 2-3 weeks. Our events, we're working with agencies right now where we're all up in arms, just waiting to see if bigger festivals are going to shut down midsummer, to see if we're going to be able to roll out our media campaigns. So everything's up in the air right now. So what do? We sit here and we socially distance while being social. I've been playing way too much Red Dead Revolver. All right. I'm 61% done with the game. And if anyone knows how long and wide-ranging that game is, that's pretty impressive.
Isn't it Red Dead Redemption?
Wait.
Red Dead Redemption?
Whatever. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Revolver is like the PlayStation 2 one.
That was the OG version.
That's the OG one.
Yeah, that was the OG version. So yeah, I'm 61% done with that. I'm on Sadie Lewis is my girlfriend on there, and my horse has dreadlocks. So bored I've been. Now I'm on hunting campaigns where I'm just like looking for this grizzly bear that I'm not even sure exists. So I'm running around having to grab berries and fat from fish oil I have to fish to get the fat from the fish, mix that with berries to create a bait concoction so you can get exclusive animals. So that's where I'm at.
You definitely stage 5. You are definitely on stage 5, bro.
I'm not hunting in real life. I'm hunting in a video
Hunting
game.
in a game because this is the only place we can do it, really.
Bro, you are actually going crazy.
Nick.
Oh man, I've been playing a lot of cards with my wife. My daughter, I've been just trying to keep her from going crazy, get her outside as much as possible. I went on a walk on Friday and then we drank San Pedro.
It's been a week.
Dude, we drank San Pedro. Me and a couple of doctors. Do you know what San Pedro is?
Ain't that a city? California?
It's like a mescaline based plant. And it's really heart opening. And it's trippy as fuck. It's not like ayahuasca or like LSD or anything like that where it's like uber hallucinatory. No, this is more like you close your eyes and then the geometry just starts kicking in. And we went on a walk around a lake. And then you just start the visions just start kicking in regards to your vision just starts basically getting more enhanced. It's almost like a performance enhancing drug. And then you come back and then it starts kicking in and you start playing Icaros and my boy picks up the guitar and then I close my eyes and before you know it, dude, it was a 12-hour session. A 12-hour session. That's how we're doing it during the quarantine. I'm going to eat so many mushrooms. I'm going to freaking drink all the acid. I'm going to just take it there, Tim. I'm going to take it
What
there.
I love about this is for me and Ryan, we get to watch both of your perspectives as this goes on. And Tim's just like, the fuck? And Ryan's just like, Nick is just like, oh man, this is going to happen. This is a world we're going on to. And Tim's like, don't take me with you.
I don't want no part of this, man.
You fucking squares.
I want nothing to do with this. Luce, what you... Nah, but real talk, though. Yeah, you are definitely extreme right now because I feel like the rest of us, we're really just trying to figure out how we're going to get by through this whole thing. You're at the point where you're just driving yourself off the wall. But it's cool, though.
No, I'm looking at this as an opportunity to actually get work done on myself. I obviously we're getting sweet teeth and stuff like that, but I want to explore how deep we can take it because we have no other options. So I'm really, right now connecting a lot with my wife, my significant other. I'm using this time to dive deep with my daughter and actually watch her grow. She's about to turn 2 during this quarantine on Monday. We have no other choice but to be creative. I've been picking up Photoshop even more just to we're designing more clothes. We have a lot of things rolling out. You guys saw our partnership with Chris Dyer that's about to be released. These are things that I've been working on for the past month and a half, and now you're seeing it come to the forefront. Unfortunately, we're having to put a lot on halt, which are things we can't announce. We're supposed to be announcing come, what is it?
April 1.
Come April 1st, we're supposed to be in, what is that, next Tuesday? We're supposed to be, that's when we were supposed to roll out a big announcement. And now we're not able to. And the thing is, it was going to blow people's socks off. So I can't stay sane right now. I need to go deep and I need to enjoy the insanity and welcome it,
I think so. Why not dive deep while you have the opportunity for it? I'm doing that in my own way. I can't say it's as wild outwardly as
It's
what
not.
Nick's is, but
It's not.
but take some chances, take some personal challenges for yourself. Why not? It's the easiest time. You have no excuses. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, I got to be at work. For most of us.
Yeah, I kind of think it forces us to look more within when we can't go outward. We don't have any distractions. We don't have anything in our way. We don't have like daily like on the surface grinding stuff where we take for granted like the little things that we can do now, like socializing, like you're hanging out with your family, or like maybe you're hanging out with your girlfriend. That's what I'm doing. Or like kind of have those little moments where you're reflecting like, man, you know what? Maybe I do miss my friends and all the stuff that we did before this crisis where we all can't even see each other. It's like, dang, I want that back. And then you have to learn a way to cope with it. And then it puts a deeper meaning in like your relationships with people now that you can't see them in person.
I know I've definitely like video chatted more people and just like made it a point to have some just deeper conversations, because that's the only way you can really like keep that friendship intact. And like I'm grateful because I've been doing that with some of my friends before the quarantine stuff has been going on, and it's been like the coolest thing. I'm starting a book club with a friend of mine just because they live in Chicago, and so we've been having distance obviously be there, so we've been just like, what's things we can do even though we're super separated. And now I'm like, all of this is coming into play now. And
bro, what you said is spot on though, because what's going to happen is if you continue to FaceTime and interact, the moment that the social distance stuff is over, I'm telling you right now, I'm not hugging anybody immediately. I'm still keeping my distance. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna spend enough time with you through FaceTime, so when I do see you, if it's been 2 weeks or whatever it is, because initially what you want to do is you want to shake somebody's hands. It's been a while since we've shook hands. It's gonna probably been a while since we've hugged one another, right? I still don't trust people. I'm just saying. Okay, all right. Hey, I'm leaving this thing at a different point in time where I'm saying the things I did before, I'm gonna steer. I'm not drinking after nobody anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm keeping hand sanitizer on deck.
If we grab a silver lining from this, look at what's happening to our planet. Mm-hmm. Waters are clearing up, air's clearing out. For the first time ever, dolphins are swimming up waterways in Italy, okay? If we annually did this, where we took the month of March off and we treated it as a rite of passage for 18, 19-year-olds, we used to have the draft for wars. We no longer have that. We can still have a rite of passage for our young adults. So the elders can still take a step back and allow for our planet to heal. That is something I think we really need to grab from this, from a silver lining standpoint. We have this opportunity at hand, which is coming from darkness, but light will come out of it. And it is so important for us to hone it in right now as a species and understand, reflect how dirty we've done our planet. Our planet is going through a state of healing right now. We need to allow it to happen.
Can't speak. That reminded me. I wrote a poem about that kind of concept. Like, you know, we've been traumatizing Mother Nature kind of deal, and like it made me. And I've seen like, have you seen the memes of like, you know, Mother Nature just grounded us right now, like those kind of things. I was like, you know, that could be a follow-up poem to it. So I'm thinking about writing that. Like, that would be a fun little project to go through. But like, our relationships with nature and our relationships with just individuals and consuming and different things like that, like all of that is being put into check because of this whole experience. And I think that's like something we haven't like just outwardly said, but like we know it's happening.
When are we going to admit to ourselves that as we've treated ourselves poorly, we've neglected our planet, and our planet is putting us in timeout right now? Suicide rates at an all-time high, cancer rates at an all-time high, heart disease at an all-time high. That's not a coincidence. The lungs of our planet are being dismantled right now for farming operations. They just about succeeded in running a pipeline underneath a very important river, okay? They've continuously done these things, and oil pipelines always leak. It's just how much. So if we're going to keep beating down our planet and ourselves, at what point are we going to just be worthless? At what point are we just going to be a complete detriment, and then Revelations is going to come true? The Great Flood, we're on the verge of it. and I'm not even a biblical guy. But the thing is we have to be practical about this. We've seen swarms of locusts in East Africa, okay? We've seen the red rivers in Southeast Asia, okay? That's all been happening. The Bible verses, they're coming true, all right? And we're facing this pandemic right now. God is saying something. We don't yet know what he or it is saying, but it's definitely speaking something right now. And a force greater than ourselves is going to see to it that it comes out on top at the very end. Us as spiritual meat bodies really need to come to the conclusion that we don't have the answers, but what we can do is be more productive today within ourselves so our planet doesn't have to pay the price. Because eventually we're going to have to pay the piper, and it's going to be with physical life. And that's what's happening right now, where people are dying from a pandemic over greed. Let's be real. These wet markets, if that is, the case, it's just overall greed. It's just stacking up consumption on a physical level that didn't need to happen. And we as Americans, we're just as guilty. Why is that? Because flip over any product you have nowadays, made in China, made in China, made in China. It's not made in America anymore. We're not making things on our homeland right now. We're using China. So we're just as guilty. These wet markets, they're just a product of this consumptive process we built, and it's just capitalistic greed. Let's be real. Call a spade, and our planet's paying the price. Tim, are you okay over there?
No, because everything you're saying is spot on, man. And the more you just think about it, maybe this isn't a bad idea at all. Truly, when you think about it, it's one of those things where it's if you have a drinking problem and you put drinking to the side, you come out of it much better. Am I wrong?
You start to see the benefits over time. You have more energy, you have more focus, and I think that's what we're seeing with the clear skies over Asia right now. With the clear waters, you can finally see what is it? Is it the southwest coast of California? They can finally see
I heard
the
about
sand
that.
in like the first time in a long time.
Oh, in the water. You're
Yeah.
saying?
I think that was an example they used, and that's because there's not ships coming over.
Mm-hmm.
No, so what we're saying is it's one of those things where people are looking at this as if it's a bad thing, but really it might not be a bad thing. Maybe it's okay not to go to the bar or the club every single weekend. So having to be shut down now, being in Minnesota until May 1st, maybe for somebody that thinks that they can't live without that, because I know I was a guy like that before. I used to go out every single weekend. And then all of a sudden, once I stopped going out every single weekend, I realized there's still life without having to go to the bar on a Friday, Saturday night. And so maybe this could be a light bulb switch here for somebody moving forward.
Yeah, it could be like a different alternative to like the lifestyle before, where it does things like be detrimental to the earth. But we can find ways to socialize, I guess, over online, because human evolutionarily can't really process it quite yet with having like cameras and tech with people.
Mm-hmm.
But like we can get somewhat familiar to make that, I guess, better for us. And it forces us to try to do it, because everyone's doing live streams. People are trying to see what that life is kind of like, if per se like they want to have some sort of positive influence in the world.
People are getting creative.
Yeah.
And let's be real. Our old ways have been on borrowed time. This bubble was supposed to burst a long time ago. Mm-hmm. We have gotten so comfortable with where we've been consumeristically. So we want to go to the bar every weekend. Well, when did we check ourselves to say that's probably not the best outlet for my time? Last night, I was playing cards with my mom for a couple hours, face to face, just her and I. A boring game of golf, okay? When in the past year have I said, I'm just going to go over to my mom's, have some chips, drink some water, some agua with a lemon in it, for crying out loud, to keep myself liquidized and lubricated, and just play a boring game of cards with my mom? we've been taking these moments for granted for way too long. And that's why I think the Oracle has been on one, because this guy has just always stayed in the pocket. We don't give enough credit to Dom with how okay with being bored this guy is.
It's not a bad thing.
Just call him boring.
He calls you a square.
No, he's okay with being bored.
Okay.
Like, Dom, like the day I met you, you were telling me and a group of other people how you wake up in the morning and you don't look at your phone. That right there is a gift. We don't even consider that these days. I'm immediately going into emails. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's become a problem to the point now where I'm forcing myself to scale back. So it's like an actual life change. Mm-hmm. Where Dom, dude, you were set up for a quarantine. Let's call a spade a spade.
You gotta defend yourself, bro. He calling you a square.
I prefer to say as myself, I'm just like, I'm content with my solitude. Like, not to say that quarantine hasn't been difficult in my own way, but like, he does have a point. Like, I haven't paid my phone bill, so like I've been running without, like, just off of Wi-Fi in places for phone stuff, and like been just like, I finished a book the other day. Like, I can't.
You seen this coming?
I can't dodge it. It's just kind of like, this is my lifestyle. This is kind of what I do anyway. So like,
yeah, gamers, this is the time for you. Introverts, we were built for this. It is our time. Now I'm saying,
wait, elbows.
Elbows. We have been raised in a cave doing our own thing, and we're happy with it. Some people just need to learn how to do it.
Twitch and Mountain Dew, man. I'm ready for this, man. You want to know? I want to see what's going to happen with TikTok. I really want to see what's going to happen. And the reason I bring that up is we're seeing markets get saturated in regards to live streams. Okay, mm-hmm. Everybody and their mother, they overstay their importance, and they think they're the center of the universe. So I gotta go live. I gotta tell people what the deal is, which is okay. But overstaying your welcome in that realm can get dangerous, because what does it do? It saturates the market. So no one wants to tune in now for anybody. Mm-hmm. You've bored me. I want to see what's going to happen with TikTok and how fast trends are going to move, because now our ADHD society, trends need to move quicker simply because so many people have capitalized on them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm, yeah. If I had to guess, I've been on TikTok for a bit. It even made me try to get back into TikTok, because I took a little hiatus and stuff because I wanted to focus on like other video content and things. But because I have so much free time, I myself want to create more, because that's where I feel everyone else is going to go too. Mm-hmm. So thus everyone's going to be going on that train, and then TikToks is going to get like boring. But that's my guess.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting from just like creative and artist perspective, because then like you have to not only fight through what was the natural noise in like these creative environments, but now you have to deal with the surplus of everything as well, and like that's gonna get chaotic and a skewed outlook at it the longer it goes on too.
Yeah, I really think that TikTok, even if it's saturated, everyone kind of, so far, to my opinion, I feel everyone's been kind of the same. There's been just like common things like thirst traps. That's pretty much freaking everywhere. Like it's annoying. There's that, and then there's like the typical trends where people do their own spin-offs and stuff. So I really feel, I guess, like saturated markets are very hard, but I think being unique, like if you can do a smashing edit, like you have freaking skills or doing that, or you're knowledgeable on like giving a perspective that not many people talk about, like conspiracy theories. Like I love seeing like creepy stories because there's not many people who do that. Even if there's like a little more, but stuff like that, you can actually propel yourself in TikTok, and especially now if everyone's on that.
Let's create a creepy story for TikTok right now.
Right now?
I'm ready.
Okay,
so
starts with the white guy.
What does that even mean?
I thought we were creating a story.
Yeah, we're creating a story.
The main character's a white guy.
A white guy?
A white guy. I heard Y guy. I was very
sorry.
confused.
No white guy.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Starts
perfect.
with a white guy, I guess.
What's his name?
His name's Richard.
Oh,
Damn, this is getting scary already.
The village thought he was a total dick.
Oh, shit. I know who you're talking about already.
All
Okay, the village, huh?
Yeah. So his name's Richard. All right. Now we're talking in the 1400s. All right. Let's take it way back. Back when witches were running rampant.
Ooh.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
There are a lot of wickets out there in the woods doing chemistry and shit.
So what would Richard?
Okay. His name is Richard.
Long hair.
What?
He's got long hair. Richard's got long hair.
And he still couldn't grow a beard.
Still couldn't grow a beard.
Yep. Long hair and he couldn't grow a beard. But here's the deal. He had a fetish for witches, but his wife was a real proper lady.
She was not a witch at all.
She was not a witch. She was banging Bibles.
He was out there looking for all them witches.
Yep. He had a thing for witches, and this is pre-porn. So he couldn't just go on to this thing called the internet because Nikola Tesla didn't invent it yet. You know, he was 500 years before his time. All right. So he had a fetish before fetishes even existed for witches. Okay. Let me get back to the story.
Where does it get scary though? How are we gonna get this scary though? It's gotta
He
be
hasn't
horror.
visited the woods yet.
Yeah, he has to go
Okay,
find
okay,
a
my
good baddie witch.
Okay. So
I'm ready for the climax.
okay. So he's got we ain't even close, baby. We're still lifting on. We haven't even handed over the keys to Dom yet.
Oh snap.
Okay, anyway, so there's this guy named Richard, lives in a village. His wife is not a freak hoe. Okay? He's what, dude? What? We're getting there. Tim, we're getting there, buddy.
My bad.
Okay, so his neighbor named Will, okay? No, not William, not Bill, just Will, okay? Was telling him about this lady with warts on her nose in the woods. And she's got a big old pot.
Fat booty.
Fat booty. And she sews her own clothes too. Yeah, she knits her own clothes.
You know how to stir that stick.
Yeah, and she's got a fat booty.
And that juicy wart matches that fat booty.
Yo, and we don't even know why Richard's got a thing for fat booty witches, but he does.
That shit is real.
It's a fetish, all right? Before fetishes were even branded as such.
What's her name?
Huh?
What's her name?
We haven't met her yet. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll cross that bridge when Richard crosses that bridge. Okay?
Oh, Richard about to cross this bridge real soon.
He's got to get there first.
Is Will
baby.
coming with him?
No, Will hasn't even told him about the witch yet. Hold up, dude.
Bad, bro.
Okay,
Bad.
so Richard's always heard about these witches and he's fantasized about these fat booty witches, right? He goes and visits Will one day. He says, Will, I think I'm going to take the leap. You play Will. Will's his black neighbor, by the way. Before racism, too. This is before racism.
Tight.
All right, Richard. All right, Richard.
In a world where racism only spanned 200 years. Not before and not after, just 200 years.
Hey, Richard. I know this shorty out there with a fat booty, with a fat wart. We got to go find her.
Warts. Will, does that mean she's a witch?
Of course she a witch. Miss New Booty type of witch.
Well, I got this fungus on my toe, and I've been meaning to visit one of them wood witches. That way I can get a cure for this fungus on my toe, so that way I don't have to cut it off like our other neighbor, Butch.
Well, shoot. Say less. Let's pull up.
Hold
Bring
on,
Butch
Will.
too.
Hold on, Will. Are you sure you want to come with me on this journey? Because I heard there are monsters in these woods.
You trying to say I'm afraid of monsters? I'm ready for it. Let's go.
I suppose, Will, you've seen a lot in your day. Let's go find this big booty witch.
How we gonna get there? We walking?
No, our wives, they got to make us lunch first.
What they gonna? Because we ain't got Uber.
Yeah, they got to keep us. They got to keep us hydrated too. So, let's go get some water from the river.
Water? Nah, I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need something stronger than water now.
Will, are you afraid of swimming?
Facts.
Okay, Will, I'll get the water. How about your wife makes us sandwiches, and then we'll go find this big booty witch.
Say less.
Okay, so here's where it starts to get scary. So, Will's wife makes them the sandwiches. You know, Richard goes and fetches that Wawa, right?
That what?
The agua.
Okay. My bad.
Okay. We start entering the tree line, right? And then we hear a... Now, legend has it, that's the owl we don't speak of. Okay? That's one of them. That's one of them Big Bertha owls.
Some big ass
Yeah.
owl.
That's an owl that we just don't speak. M. Night Shyamalan couldn't even think of that kind of owl. All right?
What kind of owl noise was that?
One of them Big Bertha owls. Okay? Okay? He been sipping on that witch juice. All right?
Not that Wawa.
Can I finish?
My bad. Say less, man.
Okay,
Go
we haven't
ahead.
even got to the bridge yet.
I'm trying to find out.
All right, so we enter the tree line and we hear that freaking Big Bertha owl, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Will says to Richard,
Hey, yo, Richard. What we about to do now?
damn it, Will, am I always leading the charge?
Hey, man, you the one that's calling the shots here.
Hold on. We need to go get our brutes. We forgot our brutes, Daryl and
Butch.
So we got to go get Daryl and Butch. We go get Daryl and we go get Butch. And we bring them with, okay? But they don't have sandwiches, so we're going to have to share with Daryl and Butch. But Daryl and Butch are big bullies, so they just end up taking our sandwiches. All we got is water.
Why we bring these dudes, man?
We have to because they're our muscle, because we just heard a very big owl.
Now we ain't got no food.
So Daryl,
What's up?
damn, that is the least testosterone in a Butch guy I've ever
Are you
heard.
sure he our muscle?
Holy shit, I thought he was our muscle.
Oh, damn.
All right, anyways,
We dying.
I'm the only one with the witch fetish, right? So we start rolling in, okay? And we got Daryl and Butch with us, but the thing is Daryl and Butch start, they're clod hoppers. You know what that means?
Yeah, I know what
They
that
start
is.
slowing up. So me and Will look at each other and we say, we about to ditch these fools.
Pew.
Yeah, we don't need them. I ain't scared of no burly ass owl.
I'm ready. I'm ready for all the smoke. Where the smoke at? I'm ready for all the smoke.
So we leave these fools, right?
Where are they going?
I don't know.
We're dipping out. Okay. So check this out. We come up to this bridge, right? We've been batting off mosquitoes left and right. Will hates mosquitoes. Will can't stand mosquitoes, okay? I like the sound effects, Will. Damn.
Yeah, hey, you ain't know that fast, huh?
Dominique's over there ducking his head.
Boy.
So check this out. So we come up to this bridge, right? And it's like, oh my gosh. There's like brew. Sound effects, please. More sound effects.
Richard, you sure about this?
We gotta go. We've come this far, Will.
Richard, it ain't that serious, man.
I love big booty witches,
Heard
man.
the booty ain't that big.
You've been lying to me this whole time?
Heard it's a pancake booty.
So we roll in, okay? We roll across this bridge, okay? The smoke starts bellowing. The lights coming down, and we didn't plan ahead at all. Our sandwiches are gone.
They ate 'em.
We've been bullied. All right. I'm dehydrated. Already drank all the water. Thought I brought enough. So we roll across, right? And you just start hearing screams from children.
They made my kids.
Are you sure, Will? You've got 87 of them. Will,
They ain't all my kids.
they ain't all my kids. I suppose it's tough to keep track of them all. But,
Dad.
oh, shit.
Oh, let's run.
Was that one of your kids?
I don't recognize him.
One of your kids is definitely in there, Will.
He got a mustache. I don't know.
We gotta go.
Father, why'd you leave me?
So we were setting up a horror story, and people didn't know that was really us reintroducing Will to his long lost kids. Okay. So, anyways, we roll up to this creepy ass house, and before you know it, the door kicks open. It's Cardi B,
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
and that is why you don't roll into a creepy ass house in the woods, because Cardi B's there, and she's got the coronavirus.
This shit is real. Shit is getting real.
This shit is real, man, and she's got all the kids too. But big booty witches, man.
You tapped that ass?
Huh?
You tapped that ass?
No, we ran away with your kids that you didn't even know you had.
So we came all the way out here to find this big booty witch, and then we gonna end up leaving with me and some kids that I don't even want to claim.
Yeah, plot twist.
I knew it was a horror movie already.
She had the coronavirus. She had the coronavirus. Okay, so should we roast some videos on World Star right now?
We might as well.
Okay, let's roast some videos on World Star.
I'll just pull something up, man.
Dom, pull up some World Star for us.
Because you know they're gonna have something on there. I'm gonna tell you a secret though. I canceled World Star years ago. You look at it all the time.
I honestly have to quit watching it before sleep.
Before sleep.
World Star Hip Hop.
See, Dom's like, I ain't never been on
Dom
this
is
site.
one of 2 black people in this room right now, and he did not even know what the hell World Star was.
I know what World Star is. I just don't look it up.
Dom, when he said Daryl and Butch and he named you Butch and him Daryl, I was disappointed in him. I was 100% saying you were Daryl.
I saw it too.
I thought you were Daryl.
We had no more lines. It was just like, hey, we got these brutes. Oh, bye.
When Loops became Daryl, I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Why'd you leave me?
Man, you guys.
I want some witches.
Okay,
What
so
we got here?
what do we got here? Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Oh, Corona.
Yeah, but we can't play music. Let's not get crazy. Okay, so
Oh, Slim Thug got that Rona.
yeah, Slim Thug's got the coronavirus. How many rappers have coronavirus so far?
I swear he's the first person I've heard, right?
See the first one?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Idris Elba's
boy.
not considered a rapper. He's a DJ. Actor, DJ.
Oh man. What do we got here? You can slow it up. Can you zoom in a little bit just so we can? And I mean, as much flack as we've given Carl Anthony Towns on this show for his on court play, we've definitely got to send him a shout out and some prayers and deep consolation to his family. His mom is in a medically induced coma right now for the coronavirus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Prayers out to Carl Anthony Towns and his mother, his family. But broke it down per sheet. Shorty's dad did the math on toilet paper for quarantine.
This video I have seen it's actually he actually does the math of like people who have hoarded toilet paper, like how for it to be meritable, like how much would you have had to use?
Let's watch it.
Let's see what's going on here.
So my dad did the math on toilet paper for quarantine. So here it is.
Go to Costco, big huge thing of toilet paper has 30 rolls. Now each sheet has 425 sheets per roll. That is 12,750 sheets per case. So that means 20 sheets per shit, which comes down to 637.5 shits per case. And that is 45.5 shits per day. So a person grabbed 4 cases of toilet paper for Costco, has a family of 4, quarantined for the required 14 days, would need to shit 182 times a day to use the purchase amount of toilet paper at 20 sheets per shit. Now let's all calm down.
Yeah. When a man breaks it down like that, these people are fucking idiots.
It's like one of those math problems. Like they're like, how many watermelons did he buy at the store? It's like toilet paper. It's like one of those toilet paper math
I
problems.
hated those math problems.
Shout out to math though.
Yeah.
Hey, they found a situation where it applies in real life.
The only time.
Facts.
Pem does.
Facts. All right, what else we got?
What else we got, baby?
Let's see this.
The world star hip hop scroll. Let's keep going, baby.
They got they out there boxing. Okay.
Watched your chick gets beat up for talking shit on Facebook. White House and Senate leaders reach deal.
Oh, I seen Gulaf showed us that one earlier.
Oh, here we go. This is a fun one. That time a CNN reporter, bottom left corner right
Yeah,
there.
that one right there.
This one right here. Yeah, so that time a CNN reporter accidentally pisses off a cannibal.
Okay, let's see this.
Okay. Maybe I'll take this off right now and then. Okay. Just thank you. Okay. Thank you.
What is going on here?
Why are people on that side of the river so afraid of the Agori?
How do they know what he's saying?
I see. Why do...
Fam, cut. I'd be out of here.
Yeah, he got mad. He just said he'll cut his head off.
It's not that serious, bro. Leave.
Like, this may have been a mistake. Maybe we just, like, somebody distracts him and then I just leave.
Let's see where it goes.
We can be polite. I can be very polite about it.
Yo, that's a perfect example of a dude who's gotten some sort of inside worm because he ate so many fucking human beings.
Bro,
That dude was freaking.
the moment he started whispering, that's the moment he realized he fucked up. He just like, hey, how about I just go ahead here and just get out of here? That's all bad. What was he doing?
Wow.
What else we got?
Wow. Facts. Trump suggests Trump suggests going back to work during a pandemic is really no big deal. Lots of people die from the flu in car accidents. You see, this is the problem with ignorance, okay? Because right now, okay, and the county told us this last week. Oh, this is so fucking crazy. This virus, okay, COVID-19 has morphed, okay? It's getting smarter now. So it is basically surpassing treatment, okay? And this is my pseudo-ignorant science, but in a nutshell, this is what's already been happening. It's in, boop, 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 but it's in phase 3, okay? So it is now, okay, just to fucking save the day, I'm just going to pull it up. I think I might still have the link. Where's it at?
Is it the Twitter image breakdown with the faces, or are you talking about something else?
No, this is something totally different. I'm actually gonna, let's look at my search history. Oh, this could get dirty.
Oh,
Just kidding.
what was that?
Sorry.
What the hell was that? You
Sorry, Tim.
push a button? What
Peop-
button is this?
Oh, that boy. That boy's
That would have
hitting,
kept going. That would have kept going.
that boy's hitting all the buttons. Damn, I search a lot of shit.
Hold on. You'd have messed around with all these things, huh?
Jesus.
Let me find out.
Coronavirus!
Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
The witch is back.
Bro, I really want to see that big booty witch, though. I really do.
Yeah, it's Cardi B.
Cardi B, many warts.
Oh, snap. I
Okay.
want to see that.
So here we go.
What we got?
The Spanish COVID-19 has mutated from original virus. Now, oh wait, Dominique, you don't have, I'm going to text it to you right now.
Group chat.
Send it over Facebook or something.
Oh my gosh, Dom. You need an iPhone, bro. Maybe this is a good opportunity. Okay, I'm going to send it right now. Don't pay your phone bill. Let's go get you an iPhone.
Hey.
That wouldn't change the fact that I would still need money.
Okay, pull it up.
But you got an iPhone now.
I got it right here. I sent it via Facebook.
The boy said, I'm still not paying my phone bill.
Dylan.
It's not going to change nothing.
Oh, what is the Animal Crossing? Let's go. And other lighting news, we have Animal Crossing that just came out Friday. If you got yourself a Switch, get it as soon as you can.
Is it dope?
I don't know.
Oh,
A lot of my
Jesus.
friends that are playing it are really into it.
Yeah, like my girlfriend would fucking, she would love it. She would just
Really?
like, but she wastes away in front of the computer playing Stardew Valley, which is basically a farming game. But it's actually kind of fun. But like to me, it's not like my thing. But Animal Crossing is like that kind of.
That's so
What
interesting.
what is it?
Dom, do you know? You probably know more than me. I don't know what Animal Crossing is.
Oh, it's not loading. Let's get it loaded up here, shall we? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Animal Crossing.
Can you zoom in a little bit for us?
I got you. I'll hold your microphone. Don't worry. I got you. I'm holding it.
I like you guys' teamwork.
You definitely clicked, so you're gonna want to X that out. Brrr. Okay. Roll up, roll up, roll up.
We doing that today? Oh, my bad. You said Wiz Khalifa earlier. I heard roll up.
Yeah, this is definitely not suitable content for people's ears. Studies carried out by the University of Valencia and the Regional Foundation for Health and Biomedical Investigation, which resulted in the first sequences of the SARS-CoV-2 virus obtained in Spain, have concluded that the coronavirus in Spain has mutated from the original outbreak in Wuhan, which should fucking frighten everybody. Pathological studies carried out on 3 genome sequences of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which causes COVID-19, taken from the first patients to be diagnosed in Valencia, show that the virus has had sufficient time after arriving in Europe to mutate and to become distinguishable. That's a big part. Distinguishable from the original outbreak detected in China in January, which means this thing's growing fucking legs. And then we have the president just go, oh, no, it's just, don't worry, it's just like this. It is not, which is why we're going to this length to quarantine everybody. We need to bring that curve down, flatten that bitch, so we can get back to our normal life. But it doesn't help when our fucking chief is telling people, no, we might just, reboot the what? Is it going crazy? Might just reboot the economy.
Son,
computer malfunction. All right. This was definitely, this show took so many left turns.
well, that's what happens in horror movies.
Yeah.
Because in order to get to you gotta take left turns. What was I gonna say though? They were talking about that game and it made me think of Tiger King.
Oh, okay. So, should definitely.
You gotta binge watch Tiger King. It's only 7 episodes.
Scared. Oh, hi guys. Hey, how are you?
Who that is?
How are you doing? Do we run out of battery in that other one? Yeah. How are you doing? My name's Nick. I'm the Tiger King. I'm with my girl Carol.
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Why does he hate her so much?
Well, Carol Baskin's a fucking wingnut who probably killed her husband.
Is that what this is all about?
Oh,
I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I'm only on episode 1.
Oh,
that's cool. I don't care.
Nope.
I don't care. Dude, I will watch Toy Story 3 and then watch Toy Story 1 and then watch Toy Story 4. It doesn't matter to me.
Nope.
No, bro, come on.
Nope.
What you mean? You can. You one of those,
Nope.
bro?
I can't tell you. We can't spoiler alert this shit. We just can't do it.
You just did.
We need our production staff to pull up Tiger King. Tiger King. Tiger King. Just so we can get a look-see of the Tiger King.
So that's what it's all about. Because I'm sitting there going, what are they talking about? But
pull it up, young Jamie. Tiger King.
I like how he stole everything from Lion King, though.
And you might want to plug in your MacBook, too. Because yo shit's about to die. This man's got low battery notifications. All right, show some images.
Yeah, no, this guy is...
This picture's going viral, dude.
Yeah.
You can just start clicking. There we go.
Look at this.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
We should put your face on there.
We're going to have to. We're going to have to. That's just incredible. Man, that's like a picture of my father-in-law in the 80s. Right there.
It's on. Everything about this photo looks bad.
Man, that tiger is beautiful, though.
The tiger is the best looking thing in this photo.
I don't know. That dude, he's got a grip on that tiger.
Fam, look at his shirt.
He wears flamboyant ass shirts like that the entire time. And is it just me, or have you watched Tiger King yet? Either of you?
Nope.
Oh, we all got to start like within our group chat, just like mandating a certain thing to watch. That way we all can talk about it, because kind of like a book club, Netflix club. Dom, are you cool with that? You want to start a line where we just start a Netflix club?
It's not a bad idea at all. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
I'm probably the least educated in that regard in Netflix.
All
So
you gotta
someone
do is
else should
binge.
probably run that channel.
Tim, and you were talking shit about me for calling Dom a square.
I'm still like,
I didn't call him a square, by the way.
what'd you call him?
I just said he's prepared for Quarantineville.
What's that supposed to mean? You just pretty much said he's a square, and you just confirmed it again right
He
now.
doesn't look at his phone when he wakes up.
Do you not? What, really? What's
This
the first thing you do when you wake up?
first thing I do when I actually have my routine in place is I actually go to stretch and meditate and work out.
So how many minutes goes by before you look at your phone?
I try to go 2 hours.
Huh?
Yep. That is still accurate from when we met too. That's the exact same thing I said then.
2 hours.
First 2 hours I wake up.
What about you? 2 minutes?
Loops, how long does it take for you to look at your phone?
Like when you wake up in the morning, first thing you do, like, do you look at your phone immediately, or does it take you a couple minutes?
When I wake up, it's actually right away. Yeah, like I
Normal.
roll over, get my phone, and look at it. But I'm with Karen, so she wants me to, which makes sense, like not go straight to the phone because that could be pretty I would say, if it affects our relationship a little bit. It's like the first thing I think of is my phone, not her.
Well, the phone's my alarm.
Well, like past that though, like I have my phone as my alarm, which is something I want to change out. But like even so, I turn off the alarm. I don't go and check my notifications though.
Nope. So I go to bed, don't put it on Do Not Disturb, and alarm goes off. I get up, I instantly turn the alarm off, and then whatever notifications I have, I dive deep into them like right away. If it's emails, I send emails. I do all that stuff right there. I have like a little filter time or whatever it is that I do all that stuff, and then I say my prayer.
Yeah, Dom has so much self-control, and I don't think we even like touch on that. He's got so much self-control.
That's truly amazing.
Dom, you were made for quarantines. You were made for apocalypses.
He calling you a square again. He's just trying to make it sound nicer.
Oh, no.
That's just a nice way of calling you a square. That's exactly what he just did.
Dom doesn't even need candles when power goes out. Because he's already got candles going.
That's not completely.
I knew it. You weirdo. I knew it. Dom's
not
still
all
living.
the time, but there are times where, yeah, I'm like, I like this candle. I'm going to light this candle.
Let's just say Dom thinks it's always a tornado warning.
No.
He sits in bathtubs and just hangs out. Stays away from windows always.
Hey, Dom, once again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. You're just completely opposite than myself or even him, for example. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, fellas, y'all are just too cute. I think we covered some, solid topics today. We kept it dialed in. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. But I think if we need help, don't hesitate to ask. Let's just kind of round up the troops and do as much as we can to see to it that we can all get through these times, these tough times.
I still got to work.
Together. Dude, y'all are not going to be working.
No, it sounds like, from what I'm seeing on my phone, it sounds like we're still going to be operating.
Well, I hate to say it, but
I don't know how.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, buddy. That's the craziest thing because
I'm confused.
In these times, you can't control where that person coming in. You can't control what their life is like. Have they been quarantining themselves? You can't control that. So there's way too many moving parts to even consider opening up shop or keeping shop open.
Well, you're not doing anybody any favors. If everybody else is closed, why are we staying open?
You're putting your employees at risk.
We're putting the city at risk or the state at risk at that because we asked for a 2-week quarantine.
We might as well go have a beach party on Miami Beach.
If I was 22 years old, I'd do it.
Man, I don't know how I feel about that. Those kids had something coming.
Hey, man, I'll tell you right now. If I was 22 years old, I'd be out there with those kids. I'm just being honest with you. And I know for a fact somebody else out there is going to agree with me.
We know Dom wouldn't. He'd be in his bathtub having a bubble bath with candles.
I can see Loops out there with me.
Me? No, bro.
Really?
I'm like the safe, smart one. I stay home. I'm with Dom. I'm lighting his
There's
candles.
there's a reason we're good friends.
I'm lighting his candles.
Mac, you'd be out there.
I was out there when I was 21 down in Panama City Beach. I got kicked out of a Mike Jones concert.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
281.
Coronavirus!
Remember the number? 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones on the.
We bought 7 kegs in 6 days, and we got so we met a sheriff on the beach, right, at Panama City Beach, and we were digging holes to put our kegs in to keep them cool, and then we would dump ice inside the hole on the beach, and it made for easy keg stands, right? So check this out. Sheriff was just about to clock out. He was just about to get off. He was walking down the beach. Actually, he was driving down the beach, got out to come see what we were doing because he's like, are these guys doing handstands on the sand? What are they doing? But they have this nozzle up to their mouth. We were doing keg stands, right? We got this sheriff. We just like chummed it up with him. We got him to go clock out, and then he came back and he was taking keg stands with us. So if that doesn't describe the energy down at Panama City Beach, that's what it is. And this dude was like a 50-year-old sheriff, okay? So he was obviously trying to juke, jive, party with some kids, but at the same time, like, they are not turning down for nothing down there in Florida. Florida is the Wild West of the United States. People talk about Texas. People talk about New Mexico, Arizona. It's Florida. Go follow Billy Corbin's Twitter. He's got a dedicated Twitter to what's happening in Florida on a daily basis. He was the director of Cocaine Cowboys and a bunch of E60s. Billy Corbin, he did the U on E60. Go follow Billy Corbin's Twitter page. Okay, so do you guys have anything to say before we let people go?
I got a question, I guess. What's something you guys are looking to build with the relationship of yourself over the course of this time period? Ending on a lighter note.
And then for me, I'm wondering, what are you doing in this time of crisis? What kind of light are you taking from this kind of darkness? Because I'm very curious, because that can help others do stuff for themselves as well. Like Dom, like bubble baths.
You guys just choreographed hand movements together.
It's quite impressive.
That was so cute.
Hey.
Okay, so anyways, we really got to reel this in. Okay, so first question, what are we trying to, how are we trying to grow within? And then I forgot Loop's question.
That wasn't to us, though.
What are we going to do? Are we going to take a positive out of this or
Yeah,
whatever?
like what are you doing? Like, are you reading a book? Are you doing something good for you? Working out at home?
I'm spending more time with my lady. I really am. You know, I'm spending less time with my phone, more time with my lady. And we've been doing a lot of binge watching and cooking together. So little things like that. So, I mean, I think that's making not only our relationship stronger, but it's making me a better person.
Yeah, I haven't been eating out at all. We've been cooking at home, and I've really been honing in the moments with my family, just playing card games. My wife and I, we like have a running game with this card game. So that's been cool because we're actually dedicating time with one another, just listening to music, hanging out. But I've been really diving into, I'm going to start practicing Magick with a K, not a C.
Oh.
Magick. Okay, so this is basically... Magick is it is something that a lot of like Aleister Crowley practiced it. I'm definitely not I'm gonna butcher this, so look it up, Dom. Magick. Magick is the practice of, people like to call it witchcraft and stuff like that, but it's really just focusing in on energy of the universe to benefit yourself spiritually, physically, and to be able to help you in business as well. So people talk about proceedings.
CK or K?
Yep, CK. Magick. Let's look it up. Yeah, I'm reading this book right now. In the context of Aleister Crowley's, thelema is a term used to show and differentiate the occult from performance magic, and is defined as the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with will, including mundane acts of will as well as ritual magic. So there are different varying forms, okay? So I'm not going to go so deep to like welcome the beast in regards to like, you know, consumption of drugs and things like that, because I do not like to lose control. That's why I'm, you know, not drinking or smoking pot this year. But I really want to tap into it and allow it to shape shift kind of our business in regards to setting affirmations, writing things down, goal setting, things like that. But I want to kind of take a more ritualistic approach to it so I can help us, okay? I'm trying to be a vessel for good, and that's the thing, is when people hear magic with a K, they immediately go into like demonic worship and things like that. That is not the case. This is really kind of looking at yourself as a god, okay? And understanding that you too have God force working through you.
Oh,
So
I like that.
you can set intent and you can really hone it in and ritualistically practice this. Like, Dom, you're already you light candles and you don't look at your phone in the morning. You're basically practicing magic, okay, on a poor man's version, but you're not consciously doing it. So once you flip that paradigm and you start consciously setting these affirmations and really diving into and focusing on things like this, that is where you can really kind of start inviting it into your life, okay? And that's progress, that is success, things like that, okay? So people talk about, like, there's a Stanley Kubrick, for instance. He had this movie, I think it was one of his final ones he directed, Eyes Wide Shut, okay? So they talk about these parties that these people are having. And Thaddeus Owen just tagged us in this thing about, like, Hollywood and stuff like that. But, like, dude, Hollywood has been one big ritualistic practice, okay? Award shows, one big Beyonce's halftime show, it's all one big ritualistic practice that she practiced so much, put so much time into that performance, okay? And then when these artists start throwing these signs over their eyes and they start, like, going like this and stuff like that, they're tapping into an energy force due to intent, okay? Look at how successful they are. And we need to stop looking at these practices as devil worship. They're tapping into an energy force that we all can tap into as long as we set intent and set affirmation.
Is that like the old Disney movies when they had hidden messages and stuff in there?
You have to know why you're doing that, though.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You have to know why you're doing that.
Yeah.
Is that why they always talk about Illuminati?
Yeah, the Illuminati, actually, I watched this documentary last night. The Illuminati, see, the Freemasons, my dad was a Freemason, family members are Freemasons, my stepdad's a Freemason, okay?
Brother's named Mason.
Actually, it's funny. Yeah, his boss calls him Masonic, and he's in my phone as Masonic the Hedgehog. Okay, so check this out. It's funny, right? That's a double entendre right there. No, okay, so the Freemasons, many of our founding fathers, they wrote 13 of our, the publishers of the Declaration of Independence were Freemasons. The Masons built Washington, D.C. There's Masonic lodges in damn near every city, okay? The Freemasons are economic leaders and boosters in your local economy, okay? They tried so hard to prevent the Illuminati, which were trying to infiltrate the Freemasons, okay? They succeeded in infiltrating the Freemasons. And then you have things like the Skull and Bones that pop up. And that is like people who are trying to, these entities, these powers that be, the literal epitome of the powers that be, have gotten to the point where they are beyond economic boosters, they are now economic controllers and puppeteers. So they use things to sway people's opinions and the way they perceive things through media. Okay? That is why we're going to start seeing a lot more third-party media avenues popping up so we can nip that. So, like, now, the CNN and Fox News, they're owned by the same entities. Okay? The Bilderbergers, Illuminati, okay? The Bilderbergers, they have their meeting every year, annually in different locations, and it's not talked about, but these figureheads of media are all invited. All the while, no media is allowed in. Isn't that an oxymoron? So these power players in media are invited, but no cameras, nothing is invited in. Does that make sense? So these owners can roll in, but no, you're not bringing camera crews with you because they're the ones controlling the camera crews in the stories that they tell. Why do we feel so bad? Why do you think we feel so bad about our friends who work in media, who sit at a news desk and talk to a camera off a teleprompter? They're scripted, man. They're sheep. They're operating. They're a tool for the system. And that's a big problem in my eyes because that means there's an agenda at play. So they meet every year to basically talk about an agenda they're going to roll out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the dark force at play, which is why we need to practice these things, set intent, and empower ourselves and understand we have God rolling through us. We too can be the walking enlightened Jesus. It's up to us to make the decision and work through ritual on a daily basis. Why do you think they talk about 28 days forms a new habit in your brain and your body? That's you practicing a ritual on a daily basis. And then when you tie intent to it, that is where goal setting comes into play. That is where affirmation comes into play. That is where journaling comes into play. And then before you know it, good things start to happen because you are practicing this on a daily basis and you're not ignorantly operating now. Damn, I didn't know we were going to start hitting high notes an hour and 10 in.
I think it's funny. You're like, yeah, I was playing cards with my mom, but magic. I'm like, and then Tim's like, yeah, I was like cooking with my girlfriend. But no, it's like, I think I really like that, guys. I had like this weird feeling where I knew like these terms and like these names in these groups, but I never really knew like where they're from and what they're about and like what kind of like higher being amongst like our five senses is going on. And people who are broken that awakening have used it to their advantage to control the masses, from what I see. And it also kind of brings me back like when Thaddeus is like, yeah, with the media and stuff, like how they're kind of like monopolizing it and like they have different names of the same thing just to have that illusion of diversity. Things like what we're doing, like we empower ourselves to make our own voices and do our own media, so we're not sheep.
There's no battery on our backs.
Aleister Crowley, for instance, he was so tapped in through his rituals that it is known that he had contact with extra dimensional beings. Okay? Now, if you think of the fact we don't know shit, okay, we only know what we are in this meat body in this third dimension. And they actually, Dom, you would like this. So much of this comes from meditation. Okay, so like literally having this ritualistic meditative practice. Nikola Tesla, for instance, Albert Einstein, they were professional meditators. Nikola Tesla has documented that he believes he had contact with extra dimensional beings. So you have Aleister Crowley, you have Nikola Tesla, these great minds, these great thinkers, these great enforcers, and these great consultants for powers that be who are having contact with extra dimensional beings. What does that say about setting intent? What does that say about meditation? That says the sky's the limit. Possibilities are endless in regards to going deep within as a stationary astronaut. So I am using this time right now to practice things like this and really go deep and really, discover more about myself and the potential for this network we've created. So we all can succeed and we all can blossom as one.
Yeah. As a novice, like hearing these things, like wanting to go forth more into it. Because I mentioned how I like these kinds of things and like be in this kind of like atmosphere. What are some things would you say would be helpful for a beginner to kind of tap themselves from the inside? It'd be helpful for like us as our own stationary astronaut people, but maybe whoever is listening as well. Start with Dom and then I'll hit it on the head with mine.
I think one thing that I would say is like start with the little that you can do right away. Like I think that's the most important thing. Don't get in your head about like, oh, I have to be like the master meditator and meditate for like an hour a day or something, because that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. Right. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say 5 minutes, and you don't even need to start with 5 minutes. Then see progress. So 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And that's the biggest thing, is starting off small, slow, and steady. And not
reflecting on it.
And reflecting on it and actually being able to like come out of it and say, I notice some noticeable differences. So I got tangible results out of that. And you're only going to get that as if you start off slow, because you're going to be so annoyed and impatient if you try to go for gusto right away. It's like trying to, Mr. Meister talks about this story about Adam Vinatieri, a Pro Bowl kicker. Okay, he's a Super Bowl champion. He was all roided out one day. And he walks, I believe he went to San Diego State, correct? And he walks into the locker room. He's roided out. He's got his girlfriend there to spot him. Mr. Meister's in the corner with the basketball team. Okay, this is back when they were going to college together.
South Dakota.
And Adam Vinatieri sits down and he throws I don't know how many plates. He was trying to bench like 350 pounds right off the gate with his small girlfriend spotting him. He wasn't able to do it. The bar drops to his chest. He couldn't get it up. Meister and the basketball team had to come save the day so this dude didn't die. Okay? Start off small and then document your noticeable progress. So what I like to do, especially like if I'm tapping back in and I've had a hiatus, document how I felt at maybe the 2.5, 3 minute mark where like I started noticing my mind wandering. So what I do, and I tell people this if I am coaching them or they want to take some consulting, picture in your head, because so many thoughts are going to rush your head, picture in your head and keep this consistent stream of a hook with a line flowing in the wind. Those thoughts that attach to that hook, visually watch them rip off that hook. Keep that and use it as like this consistent metaphor inside your head where it's just a constant stream of an empty hook, and keep that flow. And I like to keep that flow so it gives me something to focus in on, and then I just hone in on my breath. So it's those two things. Typically, professionals will just tell you focus on your breath. But I like to, if there's going to be something in my mind, I want it to be a blank hook floating in the wind. And then I can picture those thoughts that are just ripping off of it. That way I'm just keeping a constant stream of a consistent thought instead of just a plethora of thoughts that just fill up the space, because then I go down the wormhole. And that's the biggest culprit to my meditative practice when I have a hiatus. Coming back into it is just the rush of thoughts, especially in today's day and age where there's so much going on. There's so much stimuli around us. If you could just keep that consistent stream of a hook in the wind being emptied by those thoughts ripping off of it, just keep that consistently, and I tell you what, you go from 5 to 6 to 7. Before you know it, you'll be tapped in for 15 minutes. And that is where you're sucking the energy from the universe, and you'd be surprised at your focus, you'd be surprised at your creativity, and just the good things that start happening in your life. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but
Oh no, it's good.
I really like high tides raise all ships. So like if we don't share this with each other, that's the only way we're going to glow up together,
Yeah, like I keep that in mind, and it's like a feeling, like it's some sort of, I'm trying to decipher. I listen, David Meltzer.
Yeah.
Dave
Meltzer,
yeah. Dave Meltzer's the shit. Like I love listening to him because he has like he says he practices theta meditation, which is like a type of practice that he does, and things about like energy frequencies and like thought being like the highest frequency you can do, and like how that can really resonate, and like all this kinds of thing is like a really high frequency at this moment because we're all sharing and it's all coming together. And he also does this thing too where like he preaches consistency is like the biggest key in like development, because of he's a math guy too, where it's exponential. Consistency creates exponential results because it builds upon from the day before and the day after. And I use that a lot in dancing because doing like small little things like 5 minutes a day. I tell students when I go and teach or whenever I do workshop, I tell them literally 5 minutes. You guys can use it too if y'all want to get good at TikTok, 5 minutes of bouncing to your favorite song every single day for a whole straight month will make you a way better person as a not just a dancer, but a person too, because you did it every single freaking day. Like you'll feel that you're more coordinated because you did 5 minutes. And then it's like a trick of your ego, because like, oh, you'll probably do more than 5 minutes. Like who just bounces for 5 minutes? Because then you get in the moment, then you end up doing 2 songs, which is already 10 minutes. So you're like, crap, okay, I did more than expected. And then boom, you're lifting off. And that's more of like a universal thing of knowledge where you can apply 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of like being in a bathtub, or like 5 minutes of reading and all that stuff. So.
I'm glad you said that because kind of to stay in that vein, I've really been trying to be aware of when my thoughts have emotions tied to them, because it's like you're reliving something. So like shit, when people do you dirty, right? Like we have what happened right before we went hot. Without tying emotion to that. Now, obviously, we had that in regards to something that went on. We're not going to talk about it on air. But if I continue to have emotions tied to that thought, that can still remain, but I can't have emotions tied to it because then I'm reliving it. And then it's like continued trauma. And that's the problem with PTSD victims. They continuously attach emotion to the trauma that already happened. But the thing is when we tie the emotion to it, we're reliving it. So how do we graduate from that? Which is why obviously, plant medicine plays a big role for people, which is why they utilize it as a tool, because it's been shown to be effective. But that's what I've been, like, I was taking out the garbage the other day and I was like reliving something emotionally due to someone who did me dirty. And it was like, why they hold space in my head. And I'm now aware of that. And I'm trying to be more aware of that and nip it right then and there and understand that it no longer owns me. It doesn't control me anymore. So just being more aware of that. When you guys, now that we keep talking a little bit more, I'm really kind of like opening up more about that, because I am during this time, I'm trying to work on more than just one thing. I really want to be proactive in regards to what's been holding me back personally, because it holds everyone back. Tim, how about you, buddy? What are you really going to just strive towards beyond Tiger King during this quarantine?
All American. Nah. That's a good show. No, everything you're saying is right, though. I mean, it's one of those things where just Loop said it best, too. I mean, just 5 minutes, just focus on something small. And it's one of those things where, whether it's conspiracy theories, I've been looking at a lot of that stuff lately, but I was on a FaceTime earlier with Alex, and we talked about that. Just things that I'm already good at, I know I'm good at, I want to perfect it, but at the same time, things that I'm not good at are the things that I'm really trying to focus on now. And that's why right now it's an awesome time to be able to pick up something and learn something and try something different. And you two notice as producers, I try to spend a lot of time with you guys lately, look over your shoulder, see the kind of stuff that you're doing, because by all means, am I going to become what you guys are? Probably not. But just being able to have a little bit of that stuff in my tool belt is going to help me a lot more than just not having anything at all.
Lambo just summoned Timmy into the world of being a Republican. So Timmy now bleeds red. I just want to let everybody know.
You're not going to say all that.
Yeah, Timmy Nutella is now a Republican. It's crazy.
Look at Dom's face.
There we go.
That boy is a Republican now.
We're not going to say all that.
So we finally have a red cap on the team.
Hey, Dog Bank.
Who'd have thought?
Dom, defend me, bro. Dom.
He ain't gonna defend you, bro. He ain't gonna defend you. Okay, so
I'm just kind of like, what is going on?
This is very interesting. Thank you so much. Let's bust out some hand sanitizer. We're doing it, boys. This is what it is.
Hey.
Yeah. Shout out to Nerd D. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for all the support. Make sure you go to stationaryastronaut.com. Get yourself some gear. We got so much clothing going up.
No.
You know that I'm worth it.
Submit your dance moves to our boy Loops.
No.